Hi, thank you for joining me for Weekend Workout, a 20 to 30 minute Pilates and yoga based workout. Today we're going to be working on opening our hamstrings because my dad requested that we work on a hamstring issue. So it works just like that. If you're wanting to do something in particular, let me know on my website, www.custompilatesandyoga.com, or if you're watching this through YouTube, you can leave me a comment off this video or any of the others and I'll get it and maybe pick your idea to be the next weekend workout. So let's get started. Today's going to be yoga inspired. So as you can see, I've got the camera scooted away so that you can see my body moving through standing and sitting postures. Okay, so we're going to begin sitting cross-legged. Now we're going to take a comfortable seat. You can do this anywhere. Doesn't have to be on a yoga mat, but just make sure you're on a surface that isn't slippery. And as you can see too, I've got some yoga blocks. Yoga blocks can really come in handy. They're not essential. I'll show you how to do the exercises without them. And for some of these exercises, we're not going to be quite as in-depth in our detail today so that we can get through the workout. If you'd like more specifics on how to do them, they'll be coming to my website. So nice and tall, grounding down through the sits bones, lifting through the top of the head. Shut down the eyes and take some nice deep breaths. Now when I say comfortable seat, that's however is comfortable for you to sit. You can have your back against a wall, you can even be laying down, it's up to you. But we just want to be able to relax our hips and be in a nice lengthened position here for the spine. Now we're going to begin Ujjayi breathing. So I want you to inhale through the nose and send the air to the back of the throat. It'll make like a gargle of air, and then you'll exhale again through the nose. It's audible pretty much only to yourself. Here we go. Inhale. Bring the shoulders up toward the ears. Loop them onto the back so that your heart softens forward. And then bring your head back in alignment, lifting nice and tall. Bring your hands up to heart center. Let your palms gently touch. And take a moment to set an intention for your time. Think about what you want to accomplish in these next few minutes. Bow your head to your hands. Softly open your eyes. Release your hands, and we're going to begin in downward facing dog. So bring your hands up to the front of the mat. You're going to place your hands with your fingers spread, and once you place your hands, they're going to stay there. Knees are under the hips, toes curl under. Now I want you to think about from your low belly, lifting up and back. Arms are strong. You press the floor away. Really reach. And think of broadening the collarbones. Now, keep a nice bend in your knees. And since we're working on hamstring lengthening today, we're going to take our feet just a little bit wide. Sometimes with hamstring issues, you can also have issues with the sacrum or tailbone. So let's keep the feet to the outer hip distance so we've got not a lot of nice space there. And we're going to start pedaling our feet. And as you pedal your feet, you can let your hips move. Keep lifting from that low belly. Keep pressing the floor away. Get a good bend in those knees to help flick the hips up. And if you want, you can step your feet toward each other just a little bit. And let's go for some more pedaling. A good bend in the knees, and let's walk the hands up toward the feet. So we're nice and grounded through the feet. We've got a good bend in the knees. We're going to inhale our arms up. Inhale up. And exhale. The hands come to heart center. Shoulders are down. Press into the mat. Lift your toes so that you feel the four corners of your feet. You should feel pressure under the big toe, under the little toe, and the inside and the outside of your heel. Inhale here. Exhale, release your arms, broadening the collarbones. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, folding forward, put a soft bend in the knees. Make sure, stick your hips out behind you, and then the fingertips touch down. Now, if you have blocks and you want to use blocks, you can have your blocks here to keep your legs a little straighter. Otherwise, nice bend in the knees. Really work on angling the pelvis out, because when that angles out, we'll find length in the hamstrings. And then the head relaxes. Good, bring your hands up onto your shins, elbows are bent. Draw your belly button up toward your spine. Inhale, lift up with a nice flat back, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up with a flat back, and exhale, forward. One more time. Inhale, lift up with a flat back, and exhale, forward, and coming back up. Inhale, pressing through those feet, come on up. And exhale, back to Tadasana. Inhale. Exhale, release the arms. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, bend in the knees, forward fold. Now, of course, if you are used to doing yoga, if you've done this, you don't necessarily have to put that bend in your knees, but everybody really angle those hips out. Okay, now we're walking forward. Look where you want to go. Start walking those hands out. Good. Now I'm going to need to scoot my feet up here. Remember, those hands are placed at the front of the mat, and they stay there. Hips flick up, low belly lifts. Let's reach our left leg up toward the sky or towards that back wall behind you. Hollow out the low belly, bring that left knee forward, and step it between your hands. Now, I can appreciate that perhaps that didn't go quite as well as you'd like. Another way to do that, we've got that reach, we've got that hollow, the knee comes in, maybe the foot comes here, and just sort of hop it forward to where it needs to be. That's okay. All right, back foot is going to rotate down. Now, we're lined up heel to heel or heel to arch. Climb up onto the front thigh to help you come up. Place your hands on your hips. Stick your left hip out, so that glute is going behind you, and then tuck it under. Nice straight leg here, nice bent leg here. Make sure your hips face forward, make sure your ribs face forward, then the arms come out by the sides, and you look out over the fingertips. And we breathe, using that ujjayi breathing, that breath that's like a gargle at the back of the throat. Moving into side angle. Lift the ribs away from the hips. Take the forearm, place it high up on the thigh, nothing by the knee. Up high, away from that knee. Rib cage is rotated open, and the arm comes right up by the ear with the palm facing down. Now, perhaps you'd like to use a block. If you're doing the block goes to the inside of the shin. You have your rotation. You reach with your arm. And maybe you don't need a block at all. Seal the back edge of the back foot down to the mat. And let the top arm carry you up. Straighten the front leg. Back hip kicks out as the front arm reaches forward, and we're going to come into triangle. So if you have no blocks, hand comes down onto the shin, or down to the floor, or if you don't reach the floor, it can come in front of the calf, and you press your wrist into the calf. If your hand is on your shin, let's say you're here, make sure you've got a good lift in your side, and you want to pull your calf muscle up toward your knee with your hand. In yoga, we use energy to help us get our lift and our movement. So this lifting up, this drawing up, actually helps us access deeper into our joints than if we just sort of collapse into things, okay? So it's not about a collapse, it's about a lift and a movement to get you where you want to go. Make sure the head stays in line. And as you breathe, when you inhale, think of lengthen. As you exhale, soften. And the top arm floats you up. Turn your foot to face forward. Now, hop it back so that both feet are on the same line. You want those toes facing forward, maybe even a little bit pigeon-toed, okay? So parallel is fine, a little bit turned in, also okay. Right foot's going to rotate out. I realize now that for you, if you're facing me, this is probably your left foot. So I'm going to start cueing things that way. Okay, so line up, heel to heel or heel to arch. Bend in that knee, and we want to make sure this knee tracks out over the second and third toes. Use those hands, make sure the hips face forward and the ribs too. The arms reach out by your side and gaze out over the front fingers. Shoulders away from the ears. Now's a nice moment to check back in with the intention that you set at the beginning of practice. Lift the ribs away from the hips, coming up and over. Forearm comes high up on the thigh. Right arm comes right by the right ear. And let the top arm bring you up. Straighten the front leg. Right hip kicks out. Left arm reaches forward as we come on down. Again, if that hand needs to go on the shin, get that lift. If you've got your blocks and you want to use your blocks, go ahead. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to soften. Inhale to come on up. Okay, lower the arms, rotate the feet. Toes face forward, little bit pigeon-toed, hands on the hips. We're going to do a forward bend. So we've got our legs nice and wide. Put a soft bend in the knees. Okay guys, when we put a soft bend in the knees, it really helps us get in and loosen up around the sacrum, which is another word for your tailbone. Get all those muscles loose, and that'll help you access your hamstrings. Okay, so hands on the hips, soft bend on the knees. Really rotate your pelvis out, and you'll feel like you're sticking your butt out. And then your hands come down right under your shoulders or right under your head. Always keep that core engaged so that you feel like you're lifted. Now, if your feet are too narrow, like mine are, you're not going to get really far. This is a great supported stretch. You can take your feet really pretty wide, get your pigeon toe, soft bend in the knees. Now, just like I've been saying, inhale to lengthen, exhale to soften. And when I get that lengthen, it's coming from my pelvis rotating. Bring your hands under your shoulders, lift up, take a moment here. Guys, it's always good to neutralize, to have your head and your heart at the same level before you move on to something. It reduces that sort of dizzy or lightheaded feeling you might have as you transition. Okay, and we're going to come down to a seated position. So, however is easiest for you, release those legs or walk them in. Let your hands support you and come on down. We're going to have our legs stretched straight out in front of us. We're going to do Dandasana. This is one of the exercises I've explained on my website. You can go check it out. Rock side to side. Feel the sits bones pressing down into the floor. Feel the backs of your heels pressing down into the floor. Now take your thumbs. Feel in your hips. You want those muscles to be soft, okay? So we've got energy through the heels, we've got energy through the sits bones, and it creates a line of energy going that way. Out through the soles of the feet, I am reaching toward you. Now, I ground down through the sits bones. I find that energy out through the top of my head, and that gives me a pull of energy reaching up toward the ceiling. Now, the shoulders slide down, collarbones broaden. Let's reach the arms up, and I find that this helps my rib cage to lift away from my hips, and it makes everything feel really pretty good. Let's hold here. Make sure nice straight elbows. Very good, lower the arms. Let's bring our left leg in, so bend that left knee from the hip. It rotates open. The sole of the foot, okay, I have some pretty good flexibility up here. Sole of the foot can come up on the thigh. Sole of the foot can come down on the calf. Sole of the foot cannot come on your knee. Okay, guys? Pick one, thigh or calf. Knee is not an option. Now, I have still kept this right leg in line with my hip. I'm gonna lift up just like we just did in Dandasana. Inhale here. Exhale from my hips. I hinge forward just like when we did that wide leg forward fold. And I let my hands lower down. Now you can place them wherever you want. You can place them on your shins. You can place them on the floor. You can place them on yoga blocks. You can place them on your dog. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that you've got this energy from the tailbone out through the top of the head to give you your hinge. And just like we do, inhale to lengthen and exhale to soften. And walk your hands on up, coming up nice and slowly. Unfold that left leg, slide it out. If you want, you can kind of bounce your legs, get some blood flow back in. Then we're gonna re-engage. That left leg is out straight. Find the back of the heel, pressing down into the floor. Lift up out the hips, right leg bends. It rotates open, thigh or calf. Nice and tall, arms reach up. Inhale here. Exhale, hinge at the hips, hands lower down. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to soften. Walk it back up. Nice and tall. Both legs are out. Take a little bounce. Take a moment. Make sure that tissue is still scooped out the way. Energy through the back of the heels. Now we're going to stretch with both legs out. Inhale the arms up. Lifted. And exhale, hinging forward. We lengthen. Inhale. And exhale, soften. Make sure these legs don't fall out on you. We're keeping muscular energy here. And walk it on up. Nice and tall. Let's take the legs wide. Feet are flexed. Heels press down into the floor. Toes are up. Take your thumbs. Make sure you're soft in the hips. If you are not soft in the hips, start scooting those feet in until you are. Get a nice lift. Inhale here. Exhale, hinge from the hips to bring you forward. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, soften. Again, place your hands wherever you'd like. They can be right in front of you. They can be resting on your legs. But we're not doing any yanking here, guys. And walk it back up. Grab to the outsides of the legs, slide them in, and let's come down onto our backs, nice and slowly. You want your feet to go as wide as the mat. Arms are going to be out by your sides in cactus. So the elbows are in line with the shoulders, palms face the ceiling. Take a moment here, feel very heavy through your sacrum, which is your tailbone. Broaden the collarbones. Inhale, exhale, let your knees drop toward one side. And inhale them back to center, and exhale the other side. And this is called windshield wipering the legs. Come on up to center. All right, we're going to reach our legs straight out. Arms come by your sides with the palms rotated up toward the ceiling. Shoulder blades are on your back. And then I want you to relax as we prepare for Shavasana. So for Shavasana, if you are cold, grab a blanket or some such to put over you. We're just going to hold here for a couple minutes and rest and let our body restore from all the beneficial work we've been doing. Okay? So grab your blanket if you need it. Shut down the eyes. And breathe naturally. into your fingers and toes, hands and feet, wrists and ankles. Bend your knees, placing your feet flat on the floor, and reach your arms above your head. Get any last stretches you may need. And when you're done, roll on to your side. Keeping your eyes closed, press yourself up to a seated position, whatever's comfortable for you. And bring your hands up to heart center with the palms lightly touching. I want to thank you guys for joining me today in this lovely weekend workout, and I hope you have a great weekend. And remember, use this workout whenever you want. Thank you very much. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can also find me on my webpage or on Facebook. Bow your head to your hands, slowly open your